Storm Industries.
Open it up to the floor. Hopefully you've got some questions for the fighters here. Has anyone got a question for any of the fighters? Ty, let's go to you.
This goes to the opening match, and it's directed at Storm. What was your motivation for actually stepping back into the octagon once again, Storm?
Look, to be honest, sorry. Hey, I got a mic. Hey, Ty. Look, to be honest, turned 45. Jesus. Turned 45 a couple of months back, or actually last month, at the end of last month, and it was just a. My intentions are to have a cage fight at the age of 50, and basically I'm doing it at 45 just in case there's a chance that I can't step back in at 50. There was a few choices and options, and one was a couple of years back from another very well-known referee, Greg Wiltshire, had asked me to step in to take a fight for all the right reasons when we lost another martial artist who was very dear to Greg and a bit of a mentor. And at that point in my life, I wasn't ready for it. It's something that's always played in my heart, to be honest, that I've sort of feel like I've let Greg down. And long story short, we're fucking going to punch face tomorrow night.
Woo. Thanks, Ty. Thanks, Storm. Greg, I'm going to pose the same question to you. What was your motivation in dealing with this matchup?
Who wouldn't want to punch Storm in the face?
Pretty spot on there, pretty spot on. But how's it going to be? I know you guys are friends. How's it going to be actually fighting your mate?
He's not going to know he's going to be out cold.
Make sure you brush your teeth. No, look, seriously, I owe a lot to Storm. Storm knew I was in a pretty bad spot with mental health. He knew that I needed something to aim for and a goal to achieve. And I owe a lot to Storm for taking the fight. I am glad to see a much smaller version of Storm at the other end. There's no question. As a referee, I've looked up to Storm for a long time. As a friend, he's been there for me through thick and thin. I have no problem in punching him in the face. I'd love to kick him in the proverbial, but apparently that gets you DQ'd. No, honestly, I've struggled with depression and mental health for the last 6 or so months, and Storm and I have been on the phone almost every day. He's checked in on me. He's helped me through. He's helped me strive and prove to myself I can make the weight. Prior to the weight cut, didn't really want to hurt him now that I've had to cut that weight and suffer so much. I'm going to give it everything I've got. I've got no false hopes of grandeur. I've got no expectations of a big victory or anything else. So I'm going to get in there and I'm going to give Storm everything I've got. And win, lose, or draw at the end of the night, I'll show no matter how big the fight, I'll show up.
Thanks, Greg. All right, so we might go to the main event of the evening tomorrow night. I've got a few questions for you guys. Obviously, we've got a veteran of 40 professional fights versus Jamie Carl. He's got plenty of accolades to himself. He's got an amazing head kick to TKO punches, and that's an amazing record as well. But what did you think when the match was proposed about taking on lethal John Levin?
I didn't hesitate. I knew this opportunity wasn't going to present itself again, so you'd have to be stupid to turn it down. I mean, John's a good fighter, a bit of a legend in the sport. It's an honour. Yeah, couldn't say no. Didn't hesitate at all.
And obviously fighting out of Storm MMA, what's it going to mean to you if you take home the Storm Damage belt?
What's it going to mean? The world. I mean, I've been playing in this sport for a few years now, and this is just this would just be the greatest thing, the biggest goal I've got. So yeah, it would mean the world to me.
Awesome. Thanks, Jamie. John, I'm going to pose the same question to you. what does this mean to have a chance at regaining the Storm Damage welterweight title?
Well, I held it a couple of years ago, but a fairly serious knee injury slowed me down. Full surgery, rebuild. I want to get back. I just want to fight again. You know, I'm really honoured to have Jamie step in the cage with me and Storm to offer me the opportunity to fight the title again. I want to prove that I deserve to hold it, and that's the purpose of me coming back.
Awesome. Thanks, John. The other question I had for you was he's got a lot of reach. He's a tall guy. He's got head kicks. He's got punches. He's got great stand-up. We haven't seen it all. We haven't seen it all yet. He spent a lot of time on the ground. But how are you going to combat that reach, given the fact that you've got 40 fights under your belt? How's this one going to be different, and how are you going to counter that reach?
Actually, I'm actually a small welterweight, so nearly everyone I'm fighting has got a reach advantage on me. If I had been a bit younger, I'd be fighting at 70 kilos, but 77 is my limit that I get to. I'm fighting tall guys. I know how to get inside. I know how to play the game, and it's worked quite well in the past, so I'll be putting it to fruition again tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks, John. I also wanted to talk to these two guys almost down the end there. We've got two amazing stories coming out of Storm Damage 10. Two guys who have literally turned their lives completely upside down to get it inside the cage. The body transformations have been absolutely phenomenal. And if you don't know the backstory, check them out on Facebook, because their before and afters will shock you. It goes to show that MMA is the best cardio, best sort of workout ever. And these guys have totally transformed themselves to step in the cage tomorrow night. And I'm going to go over to Dave Nicholson first and just ask him what this means, and congratulate the half a man that's left before me. What does this mean to step into the cage tomorrow night? I know we were talking outside, but what does this mean to you?
To me, it means something that I've always been trying to achieve for the last 4 years I've been doing this. And it took, unfortunately, a sad event back in January where one of my brothers passed away to make me push forward and come and step into the cage and be a cage fighter, which is what I've always been striving for, I suppose. So it means the world to me to be able to do this, and my respect and my hat goes off to Connor for doing the same thing and trying to achieve the same similar goals.
Thanks, David. Head over now to Connor. Same deal here. Oh, he's got a mic. What does this mean to you to step into the cage, and what has changed in your life other than just your appearance?
Oh, a lot's changed, mate. Like, I train a lot harder now. I do a lot less things that I used to do. Don't go out partying as much anymore, you know. I think it's just the start of a long journey to come, and it's just a milestone I have to get past, and I'm honoured to share the cage with Dave Nicholson, so it should be a good night tomorrow night.
Awesome. Well done, both of you guys. I'm going to go now to Jared, the Enforcer Farlow. Sweet nickname. How did you get that one?
I don't really remember. It kind of just came about. It's a good story, I guess.
Now, your experience in the cage, you've been there before. How does your opponent compare to your other fights?
I mean, you still take the same approach with everything. You still prep the same, except for you got to slightly change everything to your current opponent. So, I mean, still trained as much as I possibly could. Where I couldn't get to training, I would do other training. So, just kept on top of everything and kept myself fight ready.
And David's your opponent. He's also very experienced. Have you watched any tape of David leading in?
Yeah, definitely. I've watched David fight Jamie live, actually, and I actually watched him fight Isaac, one of our other teammates, as well. So I've watched them fights and a couple others as well, just to keep on my toes and know exactly what to expect.
Awesome. Thank you, Jared. David, you ain't getting out of here without a question. What about yourself? You're experienced and you've seen Jared fight, I assume. What are you taking away from his videos? Have you found a hole in his game that you're going to exploit, and what's your game plan tomorrow night without giving too much away?
The game plan is just to, I guess, go out and win. You know, there's no... You do whatever you have to do to win, that's about it. So that's what I'm going to be planning to do.
Thank you, David. Does anyone have any questions from the floor? Happy to open it up. Anyone have any questions whatsoever? Another one from Ty over here.
Question to Belcher. Obviously, we've shared a sort of corner in that before, and obviously, this coming in, you're coming out of a new gym. What do you think sort of changed since you've come from your new gym, as opposed to where you guys were at before at your former gym?
Do you want to pass the mic down to Adam?
So yeah, as you mentioned, we've started up a new gym in Newcastle. As you can see, it's called Alpha MMA. So what have we implemented since closing down the other one? We basically built a gym in about 3 weeks. Took me 17 hours a day odd, building frames, building floors, doing the whole lot, putting all the cage in. So if I didn't get any cardio out of that, I don't know what will give you cardio. So basically, we're now doing morning classes, middle of the day classes. Every evening we're doing striking and grappling. We've got awesome wrestling. We're sparring on a Saturday now. We're doing everything. We're tailoring stuff now to the fighter. So there's no real stopping us now. We're here to take over, kind of like Conor McGregor, but I'm not Irish, so. So yeah, that's about it.
Thanks, Adam. I now want to just quickly chat with the girls. We've got a very exciting fight. Amber, I've seen you fight before. I've seen some videos, some tape of you. You competed in another organisation. What do you know about your opponent? She's experienced and she's got a killer nickname. What are you expecting out of the match tomorrow night?
Like she's probably done with me, I have been online and seen her footage as well, so I've found that she goes in hitting hard. So I'm expecting a hell of a lot of fun. I don't like to go in pussyfooting, so I think she's going to be a perfect match for me. It's going to go down.
And over to you, Drop Bear. One amazing nickname. Thanks for that.
Hell yeah, Drop Bear.
Yep. What do you expect out of your opponent? Have you seen the tapes online? And have you got a game plan coming in?
Yeah, I definitely watched it. It would be silly not to. You know, we've both had a fight in there. We're both working our way up. We've both got a zero. Someone's always got to go, is the saying. And it's not going to be me. I'm very sorry, Amber. It's not going to be me. We're going to go out there, and regardless of the outcome, we're going to put on the best show of the night, and I'm very confident of that. I'm sure we both are. It's going to be the best fight, and you guys are going to absolutely freaking love it because girls go way harder, way harder. And we're all going to go out and celebrate tomorrow night, so I hope that you all come with us. Hell yeah, Drop There! Woo!
I want to now talk to
yes,
Wayne Cummins, Odin's Blood. Mate, I've seen you fight a couple of times. You're a really exciting fighter. Are we going to expect the same thing or something different tomorrow night?
Same thing. I'm going to come in hard and that's it. Go for the win.
Sweet as. If you haven't seen him fight before, it's going to be exciting, and don't blink. And your teammate here, Matthew, what's it like preparing for a fight night together in camp? And how much does that benefit you coming into the fight night?
Oh, mate, we live in a great place. It's just awesome and fun just preparing for the fights here. We love it.
Awesome. Great attitude. Thanks for that. That's it. That's your lineup for Storm Damage 10.
Prepare for the juggernaut, fear what we struggle for. I'm here and declaring a tug of war. This is a warning that storm's been forming. You ain't gonna look the same in the morning. I've gone in for payback, you gonna get laid flat and made tap. Yeah, I'll dominate the cage match. Stay back, use guard, will prove who's hard. New bruise, new scars, you lose, who's guard? Fist advantage, one hit, you kiss the canvas. Just to manage to stand with me's a disadvantage. The percentage of planted one on the champion is none. Just know that it can't be done. One by one, they is backing out or tapping out, backing out, send them back to the house with a fractured mouth. About to drop the bomb, you better bring them up along. Someone's gonna need to clean up the octagon. Get up, come on, stand up, come on. There's about to be a storm, tear up, come on, man up, come on, hands up, come on. Leave you on the canvas where you end up, come on, get up, come on, stand up, come on.
Storm Industries.